YouTube fans, here again. My day off work today and tomorrow, so I figure why not do a video. And I'm thinking of this one, and I'm thinking how sad it is. They do not make films like this anymore. Starring the late Val Kilmer, that being from George Lucas. Willow, that's right, Willow. Willow was a smash hit in 1988. It was a good adventure film, and it's one of these, right? It's one of these. I cry for two reasons. One, because Val Kilmer is sadly no longer with us, and two, they don't make films like this anymore. They do not make films like this anymore. A buccaneer, old school adventure film with practical effects. Now, tell you some of it is done by Light and Matic, the same company that did after the Star Wars, the big success of Star Wars. George Lucas, as we know, worked with a lot of Light and Matic, doing a lot of the special effects. And you do get little people in it. Shock, horror. You know what, right? I'm going to fucking say it. I'm going to say it, and this goes for Walt Disney. Back in 1988, George Lucas had real, I'll say it again, real little people playing little people's roles. It's not me being insulting and anyone with disabilities and any of that. That's what they are. He actually had real little people making money, playing little people roles. Walt Disney, this is like what, years later, raised money and Snow White using shitty fucking CGI little people and putting little people who had a job, putting them out of fucking business, putting them out of work. How lazy is that? That you go all the way back in what, 88, and there it is, real fucking little people, and these fucking computer shit. So I dilute George Lucas for that one. I dilute him. So in this place, the little people called, some of them get an insult, they call them doits or something daft like that, or oits. And they've got this baby. Before all that, you've got this woman, she's like a queen, this evil witch, wants to sacrifice the baby, she doesn't, she kills the woman, but then the baby gets saved, it gets fingered, and the wolves go after, trying to kill this baby, it gets lost in the water, and it gets found by the little people. Fuck it, I'll just say that, right? So they find this baby, and they adopt it as its own, but then the evil witch wants to sacrifice the baby to have magical powers. Ha 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 ha. And you get Lee Wally. I think her name is Lee Wally. Very attractive woman in that era. I do believe in that era, and it could be right, it could be wrong, but she was actually dating the man himself, being Val Kilmer. So it's very ironic that Val Kilmer's in this film. So the little guy gets caught, and you find our mate being Val Kilmer. He's sort of like a buccaneer, sort of a warrior sort of person, and he wants to save the baby. Lee Wally, though, if I remember right there, was the daughter of this evil queen, right? And there's a date scene in it. He gets hit by a poison, I meant to say, that makes him feel like he's in love. There's a bit where he's trying to kiss Wally, she's not having it. And that's what I like about her character. She's not a tango in distress, she's not a pretty princess, which should be expected of these type of films. She actually knows how to angle herself. She can use a bow arrow, she can use a sword, women's lip, she can kick ass. And that's one thing I do actually like, actually change that character to a good character. So you get a lot of adventures on the way. There's a date bit where they're going down the walks on this snow side. There's a bit with some good practical effects. There's a lot of adventure, a lot of action, which is to be expected of these films. And I do love the bit where one of the main little people wants to be promoted, doesn't get that looks there, but he does become a hero in this film. You get these magical powers or something. And like I say, I like the bit where Lee Wally calls him a hoy, and even our main man calls him a hoy, and they go to save the day. I actually like that. I actually do actually like that. So during the film, like I said, a lot of offence. So Lee Wally doesn't want to sacrifice the baby. For some reason, Val Kilmer's got to a good side, so that she's not altogether bad. And the evil witch turns them into pigs. But then our main man turns them back. Now, this little guy's been in a lot, and I mean loads of films. He was well known for being in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. You think, right, he played one of the Ewoks. And the two believe he did R2-D2, and the actor who did R2-D2 couldn't do it because he was doing an Ewok scene. He took over in Return of the Jedi, being R2-D2. And I do believe he did make a disappearance in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So he's been at a lot of things. It was like his next big break after Return of the Jedi. And I think he's doing a good role for his next early role. I think he doesn't do a bad role. And I do know he's moved on to bigger things, like he does a James Cess, he does a James show and everything. So I salute him. I think he does a really good role. When you think about it, he's more of the star of this film. He is the star because what happens is Lee Warren fighting with the evil queen, and our main little guy, he uses his magical powers, he vanishes the queen, and she gets Hispanished, and the princess woman goes off with Val Kilmer, and the little guy becomes a hero. And I like that. I like that sort of old school offensive feel, and so on. And this to me is that era when George Lucas was doing good films. He wasn't fucking bringing back memory lane like Star Wars 1, Star Wars 2, Star Wars fucking 3. I know people love Star Wars, but he was just digging up stuff what he'd done years ago. It was good to see a new thing. I know they was going to do a fan size of Willow. They was going to do a Willow 2 or Return of Willow or whatever they want to call it. And sadly, it's never to be. Now with Val Kilmer sadly no longer being with us, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But in this occasion, I'm kind of happy in one way without being an arsehole. Not every film needs a fan size. Cut me head off with a sword. Not every film needs a fucking fan size. It's like Irondoor. I love Irondoor with Christopher Landor. Did it need a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a TV series? No. Don't get me wrong though, I do like Irondoor 2, even though a lot of people say Irondoor 2, The Quickening, was a weak film. I actually like Irondoor 2. It was good to see Sean Connery come back. But then after that, do we need a fan size? Do we need a third? Do we need a fourth? Even though I like Christopher Landor, do we need all that? Do we need a TV series? Do we need a fucking cartoon series or whatever else they did of Irondoor? So it's professing with Willow, they didn't do a fan size. That's what I'm getting at. Not every offensive film needs a sequel, needs a third. This to me, it's good as a standalone film. To me, this is good as a standalone film, and I like it. It's Buccaneer, it's an offensive film. I do know in 1988 it won an award, and rightly so. The effects are pretty good. You do get one night who sadly gets killed, and this actor's been in loads of films. Sad to say he's also no longer with us. You might remember him playing Richie's brother in Happy Days, the original one that played Richie's brother. If you don't remember that, he was in Superman 3. He was also in Never Say Never Again, the same there, the classic James Bond movie, Never Say Never Again. The one who played Jim Passenger's brother, the one who plays Donimo, that being Jim Passenger. Well, the one who played a brother who gets killed in the film, which actually is a remake of Thunderball, that's the same actor who's in Willow. And in this, he plays a different role. I also remember him in Death Wish 3 as well with Charles Bronson. But in this, he plays his knight, he plays his heroic die, he's like sad, he gets killed, trying to save the day. And they don't make films like this anymore. And as my mate says, Turk Russell, it fucking sucks. Precisely, it does fucking suck. Because they don't make films like this anymore. I don't want to see Snow White with fucking CGI effects. I don't want to see CGI films. I don't want to see fucking reboots and reshittenings and this digging up from the fucking past. Back then, this was a Buccaneer. It was an old school adventure film. I do like Val Kilmer in it. I think there's parts of the film where he's funny. There's bits in it where he knows how to angle himself. I like the fact he knows how to use a sword. He comes across being his muscly warrior type, but not someone showing off the biceps too much. I think he really does a good smashes the role in this. I really do. So because they don't make films like Willow anymore, which is heartbreaking, a 10-star rating from me. But until then, be smart, be safe. I'll do some more Val Kilmer films and more stuff on the way. If you like what you see, let me know. But until then, see you later.